Imagine waking up disoriented in a car that feels foreign to you. Your GPS flickers uselessly and your phone is just a sleek brick. You squint at the dingy, grime-covered sign ahead of you, but you can't make out the words. Something feels wrong. You step out into a world shrouded in thick fog, acrid smoke curling around you like the tendrils of a waking nightmare. The air is heavy, almost suffocating. As you take a hesitant step, the sound of the smacking screen doors and the shadows darting between the dilapidated building sets your heart racing. Then your eyes fall upon a large, old church looming in the distance. Driven by an instinct you can't quite place, you make your way toward it, each footfall echoing in the silence. Inside, the atmosphere thick with dust and despair. At the altar stands a disheveled old woman, her back turned to you. You call out, your voice trembling, but the woman slowly turns. Her eyes bore into you, and she cocks her head to the side, as if contemplating your existence. Suddenly, she unleashes an ear-piercing scream that sends shivers down your spine. The ground begins to shake violently, the church trembling like a leaf in a storm. Objects crash to the floor, and panic surges through you. You bolt from the church, adrenaline coursing through your veins, as the world outside is consumed by chaos. The very earth beneath you fractures, creating deep cracks and gaps. Smoke billows from the ground, and fire licks hungrily at the buildings, illuminating your path of escape. Your heart races as sinkholes open up around you, shadows creeping from the depths, and paranoia wraps around your mind. You sprint, desperate to escape the nightmare you've stumbled into. Finally, you break free from the fog and see your car, your sanctuary. You leap inside, slamming the door behind you. As you look into the rearview mirror, your heart sinks at the sight of a sign, now leaving Centralia. Before we dive deeper into the history of this abandoned town, make sure you like, subscribe for more chilling tales. Hit that little bell icon, that way you're always up to date whenever we drop a new video. And I just want to say, welcome back, guys. Thank you for being here every day. If it's your first time here, welcome to the channel. Today, we're covering Centralia, Pennsylvania. I mentioned it in a couple comments on the last video. This was already kind of planned for me to do, so we're going to hop into it. The history of Centralia. Centralia, Pennsylvania wasn't always a ghost town. In fact, it was once a thriving, busy community founded in 1866 and home to families who worked local anthracite coal mines. These coal deposit-rich veins running deep beneath the ground were the town's lifeblood. The town grew rapidly thanks to the mining industry. At its peak, the population surged to over 2,700 people, with homes, schools, churches, businesses flourishing. Families lived in generation after generation, proud of their town's industrious spirit. It was the heart of Pennsylvania's anthracite coal mining region, and for over a century, everything seemed perfect. But the coal that gave Centralia life would also be the thing that destroyed it. In May 1962, a seemingly small, controlled burn in the town's landfill went wrong. Firefighters thought they'd successfully put it out, but beneath their feet, the smoldering embers found their way into the coal seams below. What followed was a disaster that no one could have anticipated. The fire snaked its way into the coal deposits, where it would burn uncontrollably, out of sight but not out of mind. Smoke began seeping through the cracks in the ground. Temperatures in certain areas of Centralia soared as the ground beneath homes became hotter and hotter. Efforts to extinguish the fire in the years were fruitless. Various attempts were made, digging trenches, flushing the mines with water, and sealing vents, but nothing worked. By the late 1970s, the fire had consumed much of the coal beneath the town, and the signs were impossible to ignore. In 1981, the situation escalated. A 12-year-old boy nearly fell into a 150-foot deep sinkhole that suddenly opened up in his backyard, spewing toxic gases. It was a stark reminder that Centralia was no longer safe. The US government declared the town uninhabitable, and by 1983, most of Centralia's residents had evacuated. Once the heart of a thriving community, Centralia transformed into a desperate reminder of what had been lost as the government moved to relocate families. The once bustling streets fell eerily silent. The pop culture connections. Despite the tragic history, Centralia has captured the imagination of horror fans worldwide, primarily due to its significant influence on the horror genre, particularly the acclaimed video game series of Silent Hill. The chilling atmosphere, dense fog, and dilapidated streets of Centralia are mirrored in the eerie town of Silent Hill, where dark secrets and supernatural horrors abound. The filmmakers took inspiration directly from Centralia's ghostly landscape, capturing its haunting beauty and despair. The perpetual fog, the abandoned structures, and the sense of foreboding that pervades both places create a parallel that resonates deeply with fans. Silent Hill portrays a town cursed by its past, much like Centralia, where the scars of history are painfully visible. The movie's success has brought renewed attention to Centralia, transforming it into a pilgrimage site for fans seeking to uncover the real-life inspiration behind the terror. Visitors often walk the abandoned streets, taking pictures and sharing stories, hoping to feel a connection to the sinister world depicted in the movie. Centralia has also appeared in various documentaries and articles, delving into the history and exploring the eerie ambience that envelops the town. These features highlight the duality of Centralia's story, the stark reality of a community ravaged by a disaster, and the fictional horrors inspired by its decay. The town has become a canvas for artistic expression, with fan art and stories inspired by the themes of loss, fear, and survival. In this way, Centralia's haunting legacy continues to live on, blurring the lines between reality and fiction, leaving us to ponder what it means to confront our darkest fears. Our opening story leans heavier on the Silent Hill side of the connection, but we do spooky stories here, and I thought it was appropriate to do a spookier story for that one. And also, whenever there's dense fog here in Ohio, like especially early morning when I'm taking my daughter to school, I'm always reminded of Silent Hill. Like I can still hear the radio static in my head. I can still hear the sirens going off from that. It's crazy. Like I still constantly think about Silent Hill whenever there's things like that going off around me. That game played a lot at my house and my friend's house. We were always constantly playing it, but today, Centralia stands as a ghost town, a testament to the power of nature and the dangers of neglect. The fire continues to burn beneath the ground, the silent guardian of a once thriving community now lost to time. Walking through Centralia feels like stepping into a dream, or perhaps a nightmare, where the echoes of laughter are replaced by the silence of abandonment. Visiting Centralia offers a chilling reminder of the fragility of life and the impact of human actions on our environment. Each crack in the pavement and plume of smoke serves as a warning, urging us to remember the consequences of our choices. The stories of those who once lived here linger in the air, haunting the streets, whispering tales of resilience, sorrow, and tragedy. As you explore, take a moment to reflect on the lives once lived in Centralia. Families who built homes, raised children, and dreamed of a future that never came to be. Their stories intertwine with the very soil beneath your feet, a reminder that every place holds a history, and every history deserves to be remembered. Thank you guys for checking out the video. I appreciate all of you so much who watch every day and who have liked the videos and subscribed to the videos. I can't thank you guys enough that this is something that people like to watch. You guys constantly blow me away. If you enjoyed this breakdown, the story, please hit the like button, subscribe if you want to. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about Centralia. It's super interesting. The games themselves, I don't think were based on Centralia, but I know the movies for sure were based on Centralia. But it's a cool connection nonetheless. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good day. See you later.